WBQP is your information station.
It's time for mornings with Vernon. Yeah. Yeah. Get up now. Come on now. Get up. For mornings with Vernon. Get up now. Let's go. Get up now. Turn it up now. 1, 2, 3. Let's get it.
Start your day with Mornings with Vernon on WBQP, Monday through Friday from 6:30 to 9 a.m. Watch on Channel 12 and listen on WBQP Radio on your phone, Alexa, or CarPlay. WBQP is your information station.
It's time for mornings with Vernon. Yeah. Yeah. Get up now. Come on now. Get up. For mornings with Vernon. Get up now. Let's go. Get up now. Turn it up now. 1, 2, 3. Let's get it.
Start your day with Mornings with Vernon on WBQP, Monday through Friday from 6:30 to 9 a.m. Watch on Channel 12 and listen on WBQP Radio on your phone, Alexa, or CarPlay. WBQP is your information station.
It's time for mornings with Vernon. Yeah. Yeah. Get up now. Come on now. Get up. For mornings with Vernon. Get up now. Let's go. Get up now. Turn it up now. 1, 2, 3. Let's get it.
Start your day with Mornings with Vernon on WBQP, Monday through Friday from 6:30 to 9 a.m. Watch on Channel 12 and listen on WBQP Radio on your phone, Alexa, or CarPlay. WBQP is your information station.
It's time for mornings with Vernon. Yeah. Yeah. Get up now. Come on now. Get up. For mornings with Vernon. Get up now. Let's go. Get up now. Turn it up now. 1, 2, 3. Let's get it.
Start your day with Mornings with Vernon on WBQP, Monday through Friday from 6:30 to 9 a.m. Watch on Channel 12 and listen on WBQP Radio on your phone, Alexa, or CarPlay. WBQP is your information station.
It's time for mornings with Vernon. Yeah. Yeah. Get up now. Come on now. Get up. For mornings with Vernon. Get up now. Let's go. Get up now. Turn it up now. 1, 2, 3. Let's get it.
Start your day with Mornings with Vernon on WBQP, Monday through Friday from 6:30 to 9 a.m. Watch on Channel 12 and listen on WBQP Radio on your phone, Alexa, or CarPlay. WBQP is your information station.
It's time for mornings with Vernon. Yeah. Yeah. Get up now. Come on now. Get up. For mornings with Vernon. Get up now. Let's go. Get up now. Turn it up now. 1, 2, 3. Let's get it.
Start your day with Mornings with Vernon on WBQP, Monday through Friday from 6:30 to 9 a.m. Watch on Channel 12 and listen on WBQP Radio on your phone, Alexa, or CarPlay. WBQP is your information station.
All right, Pensacola. Good morning.
Yeah.
Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah. Get up now. Come on now.
All righty.
Mornings with Vernon. Get up now. Let's go. Get up now. Turn it up now. 1, 2, 3. Let's get it.
Start your day with Mornings with Vernon on WBQP, Monday through Friday from 6:30 to 9 a.m. Watch on...
All right, Pensacola, good morning. You got Vernon this morning. Good morning. Happy New Year's. Happy New Year's, y'all. You got Vernon starting off the New Year's right, y'all. Yes, sir. Starting off the New Year's right. Yeah, you got your boy here. And we got to start a brand new this show off every morning, y'all. We're starting the show off every morning. I tell you, We looked at the first of the year. Everything's looking fine and good, and we're gonna start off a brand new year with a brand new program. I'm gonna make this program kind of like Hill in the Morning Show, but it's going to be Mornings with Vernon. Morning with Vernon this morning. Yes, sir. Morning with Vernon this morning. Got a little, you look like my lip looks a little bit swollen. Look like I got a field blister or something on there, but I don't know what it is, y'all. Don't know what it is, but anyway, I want to say good morning to everybody that's under the sound of my voice this morning. We got another great show going on this morning. Another great show going on this morning. I just want to get organized and situated here, and once we get organized and situated, we're going to have a great show. Hopefully we're going to have the sheriff on this morning. Okay, have a sheriff on this morning like we always do at 8:30, and so there we go. All right. Hopefully that is much better for you. Okay. Hope that is much better for you. You can find. Let's see here. I got to do something else over here and see if I can get us back on the. Yeah, we're trying to get on the internet and the television all at the same time. And look like hopefully that we'll be able to do that as well. And I want to just say good morning to everybody. Now we good on the internet. We good on the television set. And I just want to get focused here. And once I get focused, I'm going to take Vernon off of here. All right, time for Vernon. All right, good morning, everybody. Good morning, Vernon. Vernon this morning. Yes, sir. WBQP TV and WBQP Radio. I want to say good morning to everybody under the sound of my voice this morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. First thing we need to do is to take a real commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to be talking about what's going on around the world, around your community, around your state, and maybe holler about some national news here. And see how did you bring in the new year, okay? See how did you bring the new year in. Also, good morning, y'all. All right, I tell you what we're going to do. I'm going to take a quick commercial break, okay? Quick commercial break. But when we come back, we'll try to get into it, okay? We'll try to get into it. All right, y'all. First thing to do, you tell everybody that we're on, okay? Tell everybody that we're on. Everybody that we're on. All right? We'll see you just a few minutes.
It's time for Mornings with Vernon. Yeah. Yeah. Get up now. Come on now. Get up. For Mornings with
I still have a dream.
The Martin Luther King Jr. Parade, live on Blab TV, downtown Palafox Street in Pensacola.
It is a dream deeply rooted in the American dream.
You don't want to miss the citywide celebration, downtown Palafox Street in Pensacola, live on Blab TV.
I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up.
Some mobile companies make it hard to get a good deal. But at Cox Mobile, we know there's a better way to save. A smarter way. That's why we run on the network with unbeatable 5G reliability without breaking the bank. You'll pay as low as $30 per line. It's a win-win. Cox Mobile, the smart way to mobile.
Navigating heart care can be challenging. Baptist makes it better with the latest treatments and innovations and the area's largest, most experienced heart team ready to create a care plan just for you. All when you need us most. Let Baptist make it better. Baptist Healthcare.
And action.
Hey, Escambia. Today, we're talking trash, specifically bulk waste.
Starting July 1st, 2023, bulk waste service will be called for pickup. You can schedule a pickup by calling the ECUA Customer Service Department anytime before 2 p.m. on the day prior to your normal pickup day. Bulk pickup is still included at no additional charge.
Check out ecua.fl.gov for more information.
Know what to throw, 850.
Got projects in mind? A Pen Air home equity line gives you access to funds without the fees. Pen Air Credit Union. Join us.
It's time for mornings with Vernon. Yeah. Yeah. Get up now. Come on now. Get up. For mornings with Vernon. Get up now. Let's go. Get up now. Turn it up now. 1, 2, 3. Let's get it out.
All right, let's go to good morning. You got Vernon this morning. Friday morning, y'all. Happy New Year. Yeah, y'all. Happy New Year. You got Vernon this morning. Well, I like to call it Mornings with Vernon. Morning with Vernon. Y'all tell everybody that we're on. And you know what we usually do? We just tell everybody, all the graphics that tell them how to get us. Okay, if you don't know how to get us, the only thing you got to do is tell them this is the graphic, the link, if you will, the link that you can tell everybody. Very easy. rdo.to/WBQP. Let me repeat it again. It's rdo.to/WBQP. Yeah, sure is. WBQP. I got a interesting year to go over. We had a long year in many ways, and in many ways it's been a short year. Politically, it has been a hell of a long year. Politically, been a hell of a long year. This year, this 12 months seemed like 4 years. Okay, it seemed like 4 years. Okay, can you believe that? Wow, it's already 2026. In normal years, okay? In normal years, it is 2026, and it just seemed like we just celebrated 2025 just a year ago, but it don't seem like it. It seemed like we celebrated 2025 just very shortly here. I want to do some things celebrating throughout the year. We're going to talk about some of the people, black folks that we lost during the year, okay? I'm not national people. We're going to talk about some of that a little bit before the show over with. And hopefully we'll be talking to a couple folks here this morning as well. We're going to talk about what you're going to do with the trash, okay? Because we got a lot of trash that we got to take care of, okay? From the holidays, probably more than what we usually have, and hopefully the ECUA will be your man, okay? ECUA going to be your man there, okay? Sure is. ECUA going to be your man. All right, y'all ready to talk about what's in the news? Huh? Let's talk about what's in the news, okay? What's in the news? Well, one of the sadder things about it, because, it's been cold for the last couple of days, okay? And we lost a black gentleman down on Belmont in the Villa, and they found him in or near a dumpster down there. And so they have concluded, but I don't guess an autopsy has been done just yet, but they have concluded that maybe he was a victim of the cold weather. Maybe he's a victim of the cold weather. That's what we mentioned in last week. When I mention this every time I get on my show, is the fact that let's look out after our neighbors. Check on them. If you know people that are unhoused, okay, if you know that people are unhoused, homeless, if you want to call it that. I think the new political correct term is unhoused. Check on them, or check on your neighbors, or check on, and they would say the old folks. Check on people like that, and not only during crises like cold weather and so forth, but check on them anyway. I reported last week or a couple of weeks ago about a gentleman that was frequenting one of the local restaurant in town, because he's there every day. I think it was the shrimp basket, one of the shrimp baskets, and they know that he hadn't came around for a couple of days because he's there every day. And so the employee there took it upon himself to go check on him, and they did, and they found that he was needed assistance, needed help. So they ended up calling 911 and getting him help and getting him in the hospital, and then they were even instrumental in helping him get moved a little closer to the restaurant, because that's where he's depending on every day to go get his food from every day. So again, please do that. And that is such a sad tragic on this. This person was considered maybe unhoused at the time. He owned a home, as I understood it, but it was had no electricity and had liens and stuff on it. So, but he was used to frequent the dwarf right around that area down Belmont and Dilla. But again, if you see people that you normally see every day and they stop coming around, then you check on them, okay? Make sure that you check on them to make sure that everything is okay. That was a sad note during the holidays, okay? Sad note during the holidays. Okay, let's look at some other stuff that happening over the holiday. It's a big story that you're going to be hearing a lot about in the news about a mail carrier is allegedly ran over, hit and run a child in a neighborhood. He was arrested, but he was released on a bond. There's a lot more to this story, and I can tell you that now. It just my logic in my life. I got an old saying. I got a saying about everything. If you know me, I got a saying about a little bit of everything. Okay, and 2 + 2 needs to equal 4 in my book. Okay, 2 + 2 needs to equal 4 in my book, and so in this case, 2 + 2 is not equaling 4. The story goes that the mail carrier had dropped off a package, and then he dropped it off at the wrong address, and a young kid would retrieve the package. He was on a scooter. He retrieved the package and was trying to deliver it to the right address. That is his side of the story. And they saying that in an effort to try to stop him from stealing the package, or maybe that's what the mail carrier saw, that he's stealing the package. He's trying to stop him, and so they said that he almost ran him over. He didn't hit the guy. The guy just jumped off the scooter and hurt his leg and so forth. But a lot more to that story. 3 sides to the story now. The mailman's side, the child's side, and the truth. So you're going to hear a lot more about that story in days to come. To me right now, all of it just don't make sense. I just don't see why I would have mailman, but intentionally, they say he intentionally ran down, hit and run a child on a scooter because of a package. That just don't make sense to me. It wasn't even his package. So we'll see about that. All right, a little bit on the, so I try to mix it up, a little hard news and a little lighter news. A little bit on the lighter side. If you're a cat lover, okay, and if you're a money lover, that might be a combination for you, because there's a reward out from a Texas family that's searching for their cat. They've been searching for this cat for a year. Been searching for this cat now for a year. The cat escaped, if you will. They were passing through Pensacola, right there on Pine Forest and the Interstate 10 at the service station there, and they was going to let the cat out to do his business. And so the cat never showed back up. Okay, so I don't know if that cat was a runaway cat, like a runaway slave or what, but they never seen that cat again. But they got a reward out, if you will, to help bring that back. Speaking of animals, the state of Florida has created a new law effective January the 1st called Dexter's Law, okay? Called Dexter's Law. And this new law create a database of all of the animals offenders, if you will, the people that have been accused and convicted, not accused, but been convicted of animal cruelty. And the reason for this law, let me tell you the story behind this law and the reason for it. They had a guy had adopted a dog from a shelter, and within less than a month's time, he had abused the dog, decapitated the dog. It's just a lot of stuff that was going on in this world, and so he got convicted for that. And so the animal lovers of the world decided they have petitioned their legislators to pass a law to particularly be careful about who you let these animals go to, and which is right. You would do your children the same way. So it's kind of pattern after that as well. Okay, kind of pattern after that. I don't know whether you're around the Wells Fargo Bank. I don't know which Wells Fargo Bank it was, but over the weekend, over the holidays, y'all, a burnt truck at one of the Wells Fargo banks, and what happened, I don't know, but like I said, I'm just giving you the headlines of most of these stories. You're going to get the details of it. You got to go back. You got to go back and read the details from other sources that you get your news from. But the story has it, a lot of money was on the ground. I don't know whether they dropped the money bag or what happened, but thousands of dollars was spilled on the ground in and around Wells Fargo Bank. I guess you ask yourself the question is, well, if I found the money, what should I do with it? Should I put it in my bank account? Should I spend it? Or should I turn it in? You know the answer to that. You know the right answer to that. So I'm not even going to go there. So, but at any rate, because anytime, sometimes you find money, a significant amount of money. Sometimes it's okay. Like I found a penny. Okay, I don't think I have to worry about turning my penny in, and cause my penny, I tell y'all, my penny makes money for me. But if you find thousands of dollars, you know, and it's not yours, you know the right thing to do. Okay, you know the right thing to do. All right, another issue has been causing controversy around. You remember we reported on and went out and live streamed and aired Thanksgiving dinner that was sponsored by the Sunshine Foundation, where they fed the homeless. It fed everybody. It was homeless or not. Anybody that came there that day got a Thanksgiving meal, and it involved a lot of local organizations. They had the police department cooking and serving. They had county commissioners involved with it, serving and everything. It was a great thing for the community. And what I think the problem is, the Escambia County Commission allocated $1,500 towards the bill for that, and now the Escambia County Clerk Pam Childers, I believe it is having issue with that and withholding the monies, and so and that has been a lot of issues and consultation lately with the county commissioners and the Escambia County Clerk. Very recent. Well, let me just put it bluntly. Since the Trump administration, things are not right in anything that has to do with diversity of helping poor folks. Those folks that support this cruel administration is impacting us locally. So I think the Escambia County Clerk has been the clerk for a long time, okay? And the county commissioners has been doing this, supporting local organizations and nonprofit organizations for a long time. And now of late, and I'm talking about of late, since this new administration been in, now it is an issue, okay? It is an issue. So you do the math on that, okay? You remember that elections has consequences. In fact, when I'm talking now, this is an election year. 2025 is an election year. So you got an opportunity to make things happen and change things. If you don't like it, you got an opportunity now to change things if you don't like it. Go out and register to vote. We're going to have Derek on Thursday to talk about that from the Escambia County Democratic Party point of view. Go out and vote if you don't like what you see right now, because lack of voting is what got us in this trouble as we see it now. And in fact, the lack of voting, had we in 2018, I believe it was, Andrew Gillum lost by only 30,000 votes, okay? If we wouldn't have had this 8 years of nightmare under DeSantis had we voted in Andrew Gillum, but 30,000 votes, lack of 30,000 votes, God, just all because we didn't vote. But anyway, that's neither here or there, as my grandmother used to say. I'll quote my grandmother a lot, but I guess it is here or there, because election has consequences. So now's an opportunity to help correct some of the wrongs, okay? Folks over Milton, well, in Santa Rosa County, is a little bit concerned about a decision that they made over there to put a roundabout in and near Pace High School. Even though some people agree that the roundabout is a good thing, but because of the time and the construction and all that, it's going to cause some disruption. And so we like convenience, but we don't like the inconvenience. We like convenience, but we don't like the inconvenience it causes us. So there's been some issues. My children might get late. I can't get into school. You know how congested schools are when you're dropping off kids and picking up kids and stuff like that. I don't know exactly where this roundabout traffic circle is going to be, but they are installed in one over near Pace High School, and it is causing some concern. Now, as a personal note, I don't understand. I just don't understand the purpose of a roundabout, okay? I know it helps slows down traffic. Okay, that's well and fine. It helps slows down traffic, and that is great. I'm assuming, okay? That is great. I am assuming. So, but anyway, that's my grandmama said. And I'll tell you what she used to tell me anyway. Boy, that's white folks' business. So you just need to mind your own business. Okay. Yes, ma'am. I got you. Parade time, and we're going to talk about the parades as we go along here, okay? But Mardi Gras, they're getting ready to do Mardi Gras downtown, so get ready. in January and February and all that kind of stuff. Parade. We got the MLK parade coming up. If you hadn't registered, go ahead and get registered now for the MLK parade. If you want to be a vendor for the MLK parade, just think, we got less than 18 days before the MLK parade. Just right around the corner. Right around the corner. Less than 18 days for the MLK parade. We're gonna talk about that on another break here when we come back. Okay. Another story on a lighter note. Okay. We're talking about mama. Like I said, my grandmama said, you're talking about that white folks business. They have every year for New Year's, they have this thing they call a polar bear plunge, okay, at Pensacola Beach, where you get naked. You don't get naked, but you get in your swimsuit, regardless of the temperature. You get out there and take a dip in the Gulf, okay. And so, as this tradition is continued, and that's what they did this year, and, you know, more power to the people. I looked at the news account of it, and when I look at, and y'all maybe think I'm crazy, but that's just who I am, and I probably am crazy, that's okay. But when I look at incidents, even TV shows and audience and stuff, I start looking for black folks. Why? I don't know. I do that. I start looking for black folks. And so in that polar bear plunge, I looked, and the footage that I saw, I wonder if any black people gonna take the plunge. The ones that I saw, I did not see a speck in the buttermilk anywhere. Okay, nowhere. So, not saying that they didn't, and not saying that they won't, but all I'm saying to you is, I did not see a black person taking that plunge. And and speaking of that, when I challenge you the same thing. When I look at all these shows, whether it's Maury, or whether it's Jimmy Kimmel, or and they show the audience, I got a nasty habit of trying to count the black people in there, in those audience. Why? I don't know. Like I said, maybe I'm special like that. All right. The Pensacola Police Department, y'all, is looking for a new chief. Okay, a new Pensacola Police chief, and they are interviewing. They got 3 top candidates right now. They're interviewing, and so they're gonna have maybe an open forum. I'm not sure for those 3 finalists for the chief of police. So if you're interested in that and you want to get involved with that, look it up and go involved. I know my man, Mr. Porter, will probably go down there and ask his question about what's in the chief of police, and even though he lives in the county, and but he's already told me, he usually right about most things. Not everything, Mr. Porter, you're right about, but you're right about most things you're saying. He already done told me who is going to be chief, and I will definitely stand. I'm not going to tell you who he said was. I'm going to stand by and only see if Mr. Porter is right about that. Okay. Also, y'all, if you involved with Pensacon, have an annual Pensacon event every year down at the Civic Center, y'all. Down at the Civic Center. And if you're involved with that, okay, please get your tickets now. Tickets on sale right now for that event, okay? Right now for that event, if you involved with that. I did see the account. They did show some footage. I was looking at TV, and they were showing some footage of maybe previous Pensacon, and I did see black folks there, okay? just saying, dog. Just saying. Also, again, a little bit on the Saturday note, we were talking about safety and house fires, and there was a house fire that I guess they said it started in the kitchen fire that destroyed our home over the holidays, over the Christmas, over the holidays, but it resulted in no injury, thank God. And I believe that the fire department has about 10 11 red bulbs on that reef now. You know, every year they start counting during the holiday how many fires has been started during that season. I think Escambia County, last check I had, it was up to about 10 or 11 red bulbs on that reef. Folks, again, I implore you to make sure that you be vigilant out there and be careful when you're driving. We lost another driver that killed on Highway 173 in a fiery crash. Okay, so all I'm saying is be careful on the highway. Okay, be careful on the highway. All right, let's talk about what's maybe going on the national scene before we get out of here. Yeah, they got a story that you've been hearing about, and I don't know how it happened, but it did happen. They got up in the state of Washington, they got a big child care fraud case going on there that apparently they was claiming that they had a child care operation going on, which was non-existent, and was collecting monies from the state and from the government as a result of it. I don't know how all that works, but anyway, we're talking about a lot of money for a long time, and it's you'll hear a lot more about that as we go along here. All right, another child has died of this new flu that's going around. Okay, so but you be careful. When you get a cold, start nursing it right now. Don't ignore it, because this new strand of flu is deadly. The new strand is deadly. And most folks, like the elderly and the children, are a lot more vulnerable. And so a second child has died as a result of complications from that flu. So actually make sure you be careful in that arena. For the folks that, depending, if you did get sick and you wanted to have to go to your hospital, you got to go to the hospital, your healthcare cost is going to skyrocket. So you might want to check your plans, your healthcare plan, the plans that we had on the Obamacare subsidies, the Obamacare and the Biden administration had, under the Democratic Party, had ensured that these the government subsidized your costs for health insurance, so that every American can have health insurance if they so choose at a reasonable cost, as the law is rightfully termed, affordable health care. That's the name of the act, the Affordable Health Care Act. We just call it Obamacare because it was passed under the Obama administration, and for reasons beyond me. And I know why Obama did it, because that he did something that nobody has done before. It got national health care for everybody, but he had to compromise. And one of the compromises that they got was that the government was temporarily subsidized the cost, so they didn't make it permanent. Okay, they wouldn't make it permanent, but make the damn tax cut for the rich permanent. You go figure, okay? You go figure why they tax cut, and then when the Trump administration came in, it was the same thing. When it was time to renew it, they wouldn't renew it on a permanent basis. They only renewed it on a temporary basis, okay? They only renewed it on a temporary basis. So I tell you, like I said, I want you to go figure about that, okay? You go figure on how all of that worked. Again, all I can tell you again, elections has consequences, okay? Elections has consequences. So you make sure you understand that elections has consequences. So when you're out and about and you're going to go register to vote, okay, Keep that in mind, okay? Keep that in mind as you registering to vote, okay? Alrighty, y'all. Okay. They saying, I'm just saying, dog. I'm just saying. I just want to tell you that's just the way it is. So, but that's how important voting is. You know, people ask me all the time, we know this thing about voting. Why should I need you? There's a lot of reasons why you should vote, and that is one of the reasons. Okay, much like on the international scene, I guess you heard the tragic news up in the Swift Alps. They had a great big fire at this club where dozens of people perished in that fire and hundreds were hurt. And it was horrific. So you may want to go ahead and read about that as well. The United States government and the Trump administration also has struck another drug boat. Okay, struck another drug boat. This time, the casualty was 5 people was killed. Well, allegedly, let me put it this way: allegedly a drug boat. Okay, how in the hell are we allowed to just indiscriminately go into international waters and kill people without consequences? Is beyond me. Okay, it is beyond me. Not only is it inhumane, it just doesn't make any political sense. I don't care how you cut it. Okay, and why would anybody would want to be a part of that? I just do not understand. Okay, except for the cruelty of this administration is, again, election has consequences. Okay, you saw what happened in 2017 when the first Trump administration. You saw how cruel that administration was, but how in the hell did people decided that it was better to re-elect him than a woman president? You go figure on that. And speaking of cruelty again, okay? Remember when the Biden administration was trying to get rid of student loans forgiveness for college students? Okay? Well, guess what? This administration, y'all, not only stopped it, and then remember, like your medical bills, the Biden administration said because you had a lot of medical bills, they used to put it on your credit report. They took that away. That cruelty again, they took that away. So now, if you can't pay your medical bills, it'll affect your credit report, which is crazy. It's the same thing with your student loan. Now, it is even worse with the student loan, okay? It is worse with the student loan because now the Trump administration is now preparing to garnish your wages. If you are not paying your student loan like you should or like you could or like you want to, you're going to pay it whether you want to or not. They are going to garnish your pay, okay? People living from day to day, struggle to struggle, and particularly when kids come out of college, to me, it's amazing. You come out of college on hundreds of thousands of dollars and they ain't got a job yet. You go figure it that. Y'all help me understand that. So, but anyway, but yet the rich can be forgiven. The rich can be bailed out. The rich can be, rich is rich. Okay, rich is rich. Okay, all right, y'all. Just gonna leave you with one statewide kind of a news is that they arrested 2 people over in, I think he was Okaloosa County, perhaps in Walton County, for sex trafficking. Okay, for sex trafficking. So that is it. And those are some of the topics that we talked about in the news that happens over the holidays, y'all. Just happened over the holidays. So so you can get caught up on what you're going to do. But when we come back, we're going to talk about local stuff, the MLK parade and stuff that we need to do on a local basis. So y'all tell everybody that Vernon, you spend your morning with Vernon. Get your, you know what? I had my coffee, and I don't know. Here's my coffee right here. And I let my coffee get cold. Coffee with Vernon, morning with Vernon. But guess what? I got a microwave, and I can have it hot in 30 seconds. All right, y'all, stay tuned. We'll be right back after these important messages.
It's time for mornings with Vernon. Yeah. Yeah. Get up now. Come on now. Get up. For mornings with Vernon. Get up now. Let's go. Get up now. Turn it up now. 1, 2, 3. Let's get it now.
Navigating healthcare is hard. Baptist makes it better. With convenient locations, easy scheduling, and skilled, compassionate doctors, all when you need us most. The next time you need care, let Baptist make it better. Baptist Healthcare.
I still have a dream.
The Martin Luther King Jr. Parade, live on Blab TV, downtown Palafox Street in Pensacola.
It is a dream deeply rooted in the American dream.
You don't want to miss the citywide celebration, downtown Palafox Street in Pensacola, live on Blab TV.
I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up.
From affordable home equity lines and home loans to high-yield checking that pays 5.05% APY, Pen Air combines innovative banking with a commitment to our community. Pen Air Credit Union. Join us.
The Service Center at Pete Moore Chevrolet can maintain the life of your vehicle regardless of make or model. Our certified factory-trained technicians have the expertise for domestic and import vehicles. And the Pete Moore Advantage provides you complimentary services whenever you stop by. Our Collision Center accepts all insurance, provides lifetime warranties on all workmanship and paint, and offers a deductible reimbursement program. So when you need service or repair, let the Pete Moore Service and Collision Center work for you.
Hi, I'm Jessica Ford. I'm the owner of FD Builds. Energy efficiency is very important in today's market. With higher interest rates and rising costs, it's important that home buyers maintain their bottom line of affordability. The nice thing about natural gas and natural gas appliances is that it's more energy efficient than their electrical counterparts, and at the end of the day, utility bills are lower. Our relationship with the Pensacola Energy team is phenomenal. From customer service to their field teams, it's just a seamless process. We love Pensacola Energy.
I still have a dream.
The Martin Luther King Jr. Parade, live on Blab TV, downtown Palafox Street in Pensacola.
It is a dream deeply rooted in the American dream.
You don't want to miss the citywide celebration, downtown Palafox Street in Pensacola, live on Blab TV.
I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up.
Looking to start a career or change your current career? Pensacola State College is the place for you. Choose from short-term, high-demand career and technical education programs ranging from commercial vehicle driving to medical assisting. Call 850-484-2000.
It's time for mornings with Vernon. Yeah. Yeah. Get up now. Come on now. Get up. For mornings with Vernon. Get up now. Let's go. Get up now. Turn it up now. 1, 2, 3. Let's get it now.
All right, y'all. Time. Morning with Vernon. Yeah. Y'all like that little drum? I like that. All right, y'all. I told you among the many other things that we are going to be doing on this show is that, not only is January is Black History, January is MLK month, okay? And we're going to feature some things about MLK and some of his political speeches. I guess you want to call it political. Some of his speeches as well. And we also are going to be talking about Black history. Now, you know my position on Black history, okay? You know my position on Black history, that They're doing away with trying to kill black history. Okay, they're trying to do away with it. You know, it used to be it was lost, stolen, and whatever. But again, it is up to us. It's up to us to keep history going in our community. You are responsible to teach your children about black history. Okay, you're responsible, and so I'm doing my part here. Okay, I'm doing my part, and so I'm gonna let you know some black history here on this station. Okay, on this station. So if you listen to me, you're gonna learn. We also on Thursday, I believe. Every Thursday, right around 8:30 time frame, we are going to start having Miss Robin Richard. Robin is our local black historian, okay? And she will start talking every week about black history, local black history, okay? I'm going to take care of the national stuff that you know or don't know about. Okay, we're going to be talking about that throughout the year, not only just in February, but throughout the year. And she's going to be coming on and talking about the local black, so you can learn black history around you. You know, there's a lot of, our town have a lot of rich history going on. Okay, a lot of rich history going on. And so we want to do that. Now, in the meantime, let me give you one quick black history note. Okay, give me a black history note. But when we come back from black history, we're going to talk about the parade, what's going on on the parade scene, okay? Stay tuned.
Some of the most important advancements in modern medical research can ultimately be traced back to a black woman who worked on a tobacco farm before World War II. Her name is Henrietta Lacks. In February 1951, Lacks was diagnosed with an aggressive form of cervical cancer at the Johns Hopkins Hospital. Unbeknownst to her, a sample of her cells was sent to a tissue lab. A cell biologist isolated and then multiplied it.
As it turned out, the cells did not die, as would normally be the case. And in fact, they were doubling at this phenomenal rate. They would just keep replicating.
Although these weren't the first human cells to be grown in a lab, this was the first time they survived more than a few days. This huge medical breakthrough allowed researchers to conduct experiments on human cells outside of the body. The cells were given the name HeLa, a combination of the first two letters of Henrietta Lacks' first and last names. Although they carry her name, Lacks, who passed away at the young age of 31, would never know that her cells had been extracted for scientific research. Lacks' family members only learned that her cells had been harvested 2 decades after her death. A Rolling Stone journalist contacted them and revealed that Lacks' cells had been duplicated and then used for research by countless scientists. The article called the work a critical tool in medical research. While HeLa cells have played a crucial role in scientific advancement, the fact that Lacks herself never consented to the research means that her cells were used unethically. What's more, her case was part of a long tradition of the use of African American bodies without their consent for medical and scientific research, dating back to slavery and including the infamous Tuskegee syphilis study.
It was part of a culture of not respecting the core humanity of black folk and how they were being treated either by medical researchers or even by physicians.
Despite the ethical debate around the harvesting of Lacks cells, scientists have continued to use the immortal HeLa cell line all over the world. Research involving polio vaccines, chemotherapy, HIV/AIDS, cloning, and IVF have all benefited from the HeLa cell line.
All right, y'all. Good morning. You got Vernon this morning. Yes, sir. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Yes, Lord, yes, Lord. All right, y'all, let's talk about the MLK parade, and then we're going to talk about stuff, other activities during the month of January for the for the MLK parade as well. Okay. Before I get into the MLK parade, y'all, I want to talk about the activities, some of the activities going on in the Ella Jordan House, And so you can know this, so you can tell your kids, okay? So you can tell your kids about this. They're holding an essay contest. I'm going to give you a little bit, when we finish talking about MLK parade, I'm going to give you a little bit more specific information. But the Ella Jordan House called the folks down at the Ella Jordan Museum, the Pink House, you know what we call the Pink House, the Ella Jordan Museum, they're holding a essay contest anywhere from 500 to 700 words and on Black history, okay? And so on MLK, there was a deadline, and when we come back, we're going to talk about that deadline. Also, it's a prize attached to it, okay? $500 for any student that going to do the best essay. $500, that's a lot of money. And then that's for first prize. They're giving a second prize is $300, I believe, and a third prize of $100. So there's most definitely an opportunity for you to brush up on your writing skill. And listen at me, students. Okay, listen at me, students. We've been around for a long time, and it's going to be judged by educators that have been educating in this community for decades. Okay, don't think for 1 minute that you're going to go tell AI, a chat GPT, to write you an essay, because they know we want it authentic and we want it original. Authentic and original. We want the creativity. We don't want AI to write that essay for you. So an AI written essay is not going to cut it. I can tell you that right now. So brush off your creative skills, and we know the difference. Trust me, we know the difference between an original piece and an AI piece. Okay? I want you to think about that. But we'll talk about that when we come back. MLK parade, y'all, is right around the corner. You can still register for the parade. I think the parade cost is only like $150 per entry, and I think it's for so many entries. I have whatever the minimum amount for your entries for the MLK parade. But but you can also add extras, and I think it's only like $50, something like that, for an extra amount. But in order to get it, in order for you to get registered for the parade, okay, just do this, okay. Just call the MLK parade hotline, all right. Call the MLK parade hotline, all right. The MLK parade hotline. That number that popped up there, and always, like I said, everything is always messing up there. I'm going to put the number up again. There it is. The MLK parade hotline is 850-378-9242. Okay, 378. Fill out the form and get in the parade. Okay, get in the parade. All right. Still time to register. If you are a vendor, you can also register for the it's only $100 to if you got a food truck, or if you're selling food down there that day down at the plaza area. Give them a call. Same number, 850-378-9242. Dr. Donald, or you can give him a call as well. So just remember, the MLK parade is right around the corner. I encourage you to get in the parade. Okay, number one, if you got an organization, you got a club, you got a church, whatever you want to, whatever you're involved with, please ask them to register for the parade. Okay, ask them to register for the parade. Let me go through some changes that will happen this year at the parade. It's going to be, the route is going to be altered just a hair. Okay, it's going to be continue, where you always line up at, and then you come down Garden Street, and then you make a left up on Palafox and go around the plaza and come back down south. Well, when you get back down to Garden Street again, going south on Garden Street, rather than going in town, Pensacola on Palafox, it is going to be closed because of the new project called Reimagining Palafox is going to be underway. So that section downtown, going through downtown Pensacola, is going to be closed. So you have to make a left turn there, and then shortly at the very next street, I believe it is, you make a right turn and go down that street, which is going to be culminated right down into Main Street. Okay, that is change number one. Change number two is that, of course, we are going to be broadcasting Parade Live. WBQP is, along with Blab TV, is going to be broadcasting Parade Live. It's going to be myself, Sunshine, Shel Moran, and my man from ECU, retired. Come on, I've been using him for years, and he's my best buddy, and I can't think of his name right now. But but anyhow, the usual routine is going to be there. Now, the difference, the change there, since we are not going to be going down in town, because usually we're set up right in front of the Singer Theater downtown. This year, since we are not allowed, we can't get into the downtown area, we're going to be set up closer to the plaza and right along where the Little Pensacola Theater is, in that general area there, okay, in that general area, we are going to be set up there. So if you want to save your best act for last, save your best act for television, you see the cameras, face the cameras, okay, don't have your back turned to the camera. We had some folks that did a perfect act, but they had their backs to the camera, okay? Be vigilant of what you're going to do. If you're in the parade, if you want to let your unit seen or your float seen, whatever, look for the camera. Also, folks, let me tell you this. They give you a number, okay? They give you a number. It might be number 75. I don't know what the number is. Whatever number they give you, place it prominently on the windshield or on the very front of your vehicle, not on the side of your vehicle. Put it on the front of the vehicle. And the reason they give you that number is for a lot of good reasons, but one of the reasons they give you that number is for me, for us. I can call you out. I can name your organization. I can verbally say, this is the rigid organization coming up right now. Because, sometimes you see us hesitating because we can't see the name, because your name is on the side of it, and sometimes we're looking at it head on, and we can't see the side until you get up on us. Okay? But if they give us a list of all of the participants in the parade by number, and if I see your number, I can look down on my sheet and say, oh, okay, this is Bethany Baptist Church coming up. Da-da-da-da-da. You know what I'm saying. You understand what I mean? And then, you know what else it does for you? It'll get your name on television. It'll get your name on television because we kind of put the name and the graphics on TV as associated with your float, if we know it. Okay? So it's going to be up to you how well you want to be represented. Okay? So if you can help us out and make the parade look a little more professional as well. Okay? Now, speaking of professional, okay, we got the biggest parade in Pensacola. Okay? The biggest parade in Pensacola. This is our 37th year. Okay, 37 years doing this, okay? 37 years, and we're very proud to do this. Now, the reason we're doing this parade, y'all, is in honor of the legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King, okay, and the work he's done. And we definitely want to make sure that this parade is a dignified parade, okay? We don't want any acts of violence. We don't want any inappropriate acts in the parade. We don't want any foul music in the parade. If y'all can refrain from that, okay, kind of refrain from that, if you will. We really ask your diligence of that, if you will, okay? So if you have to have music, it's fine, but try not to use the music with profanity in it, okay? Much, I guess you look at me and say, who are you talking about? Blues Hound. He used profanity all the time. Yeah, I do, okay? But I know when to hold and when to fold, okay? I won't go downtown and use it on a loudspeaker, if you understand what I mean, okay? So, I know you understand what I mean, so let's keep it dignified, okay? Even in your performances, okay? Even if your performances, keep it dignified, okay? Keep it dignified if you can, okay? And if you will, we will certainly appreciate that, because we want to make sure that we do give respect to the man that brought us this far, okay? And not only him, but he, along with many others, that is the reason that the shoulders that we're standing on right now, okay? So don't forget that as well, okay? So those are some of the rules. I know I probably forgot some of the rules of the parade, but get a hold of Mike Keenan, get a hold of anybody down Rose, anybody down at the MLK parade. We're going to have our dignitaries in the parade. The Grand Marshal of the parade is going to be Mr. Lumen May, Commissioner Lumen May of District 3. He is going to be our this year's Grand Marshal, okay? Going to be this year's Grand Marshal of the MLK parade. So we definitely want to keep it dignified, okay, if you can, right? All right. Another thing that we're asking you, if you will, keep the theme in your thing, okay? So the theme this year is with unity, we won't go back, okay? And that was, you would think that is something that we created this year with Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris talked about that a lot on the campaign trail, okay? But actually, that theme was inspired by Dr. King's "I Have a Dream" speech, okay? I Have a Dream speech, and we're gonna be preparing some of Dr. King, some excerpts, if you will, some of Dr. King's speech throughout the month of January here on this show here, okay? So tell everybody to come and celebrate the life, legacy, and the dream of Dr. King. So let's stand in unity and never turn back. It is more important today than ever before. And I know we say this every year, but more important today than ever before. All right, now let me turn the page to another activities of the parade, okay? Because we just talked about the MLK parade, but during the MLK weekend, I have a long weekend and also in January as well. Let's start off on all of the activities that I know of here locally in Pensacola. We're going to start off on Thursday, January the 15th. We're going to have the youth and young adult night. The youth and young adult night is going to be held at the Zion Hope Primitive Baptist Church, where that's located at 201 West Leonard Street. And in fact, all of the MLK activities that the MLK CCC and Reverend Jackson is going to be doing, all these services is going to be at Zion Hope this year, okay? Zion Hope Primitive Baptist Church. Starting off the 15th with the youth and adult MLK youth program, okay? Thursday night, 7 p.m. On Saturday, we will have the MLK prayer breakfast, which is also going to be at the Zion Hope Primitive Baptist Church at 201 West Leonard Street. And it's going to start at 8 a.m. Okay, start at 8 a.m. And I think the tickets are only $20. If you want to sponsor a table, I think the tables are only $160 tables. If you want to buy a table of 8 or something, I'm not sure how many can sit at a table, but the tables are $160, or you can buy individual tickets, if you will. So you can contact anybody at the MLK CCC. See Dr. Douglas Young. You can call him or Sabrina. Call him at 850-417-9451. Okay. Again, that number is 850-417-9451. And again, everything going to be held at the Zion Hope, Church, I believe it's Zion Hope Primitive Baptist Church. Okay, at the Zion Hope Primitive Baptist Church. Also, one other that night, Living the Dream is going to be held at the community center at the Vernon, the Brownsville Community Center, the Living the Dream activities and organization is going to have that on Saturday night. On Sunday at 3 p.m., they will have the MLK religious service at 3 p.m., okay? Religious service at 3 p.m. at Zion Hope. And then, of course, on Monday is going to be parade day on Monday, okay? Parade day on Monday. Starting at 11 a.m. downtown Pensacola, okay? Downtown Pensacola. So we want to make sure and invite everybody to come downtown to participate in the parade. But if you aren't able to make it downtown, okay, you can still see it on channel 12.1, okay? Or Blab TV. Now, if you got an antenna, you got a choice of antenna. You can see 12.1 or 53.1, okay, on your antenna. Now, if you got cable, you can see it on whatever cable channel you get Blab from. I think they own different channels on cable. I think they own channel 6 on. If you got Cox, they own channel 48 or something if you got AT&T. But wherever you find your Blab TV, wherever you see Sunshine at, on the Sunshine Show in the mornings from 9 to 10 in the morning, or from 6 to 7 in the afternoon, then that is where you're going to be able, that same channel is where you're going to be able to find the live version of the MLK Parade. Now, even if you miss that, even if you do miss it, don't worry about it, because it is going to be available. We're going to rerun the show on both stations, on WBQP throughout the month of January, on both Blab TV and WBQP TV, so you don't want to miss it. And you're not going to be able to miss it anyway, because I don't care if you in Timbuktu, okay, you can still pick it up. Or if you want to look at it a month later, it's going to be archived, okay? We're going to archive it on YouTube, and it also is archived on our Roku channel, on our Apple TV channel, it's Roku'd on the Fire Stick TV. All of that is there, so you can get it any time that you want it, okay? Or you can just go on your phone, and look under my WBQP TV app. All the shows are archived, even on the phone there. This is the most powerful thing that you can ever have is a cell phone. In the palm of your hand, you got everything and nothing I can think of that you can't do with this phone, okay? You can do most anything that you want to with this phone here. Smartphone, you don't have to be so smart, but if you got a smartphone, then you got it going on, okay? If you got a smartphone, you definitely got it going on. All right, y'all. I'm going to have to take another quick break. When we come back, I want to try to talk about the essay contest, okay? I want to try to talk about the essay contest from Mr. Walter Gully, okay? All right, y'all, I'm going to take a quick break. So when I come back, y'all, while I'm gone, y'all tell everybody. Make sure you tell everybody while we're gone. I'm gone. Tell everybody that we're on, and I'm here. And you see you here, but I don't see you. Well, here I am right here, because I'm slow on the draw. Okay, y'all, we'll be right back in just a few minutes.
It's time for Mornings with Vernon. Yeah. Yeah. Get up now. Come on now. Get up. For Mornings with Vernon. Get up now. Let's go. Get up now. Turn it up now. 1, 2, 3. Let's get it out.
Stash your money somewhere smarter. With 5.05% APY, Penn Air's high yield checking puts your money to work and earning big. Penn Air Credit Union. Join us.
Are you looking to start your education or to change careers? Pensacola State College is the place for you. We offer bachelor's degrees, 2-year degrees, career certificates, and more, ranging from nursing to welding. Apply today. PensacolaState.edu.
Sonia Bay's Botanicals is a local wellness boutique that specializes in infused fruit juices, medicinal herbal tea remedies, clean hair and body care, and herbal infused sea moss gels, which can be purchased 1 for $25 or 2 for $40. This sea moss contains 92 of the body's 102 essential minerals used to increase energy, relieve pain and inflammation, and improve blood pressure and more. From parasite cleanse to detox and weight loss to blood sugar control, Sonia Bay's Botanicals has a natural solution for you.
The State Farm Personal Price Plan helps you create an affordable price just for you. Call State Farm agent Arthur Searcy for your personal price plan today.
I remember these. Will I have the money to send my kid to college? Well, that's specific. How long has that been there? 7-letter word for a bank that helps you reach your goals.
Synovus. Order for Synovus?
Thank you.
Are you Synovus?
Yes.
Are you gonna ask or should I?
A solid financial future doesn't happen by chance. Let's talk about your potential today.
I still have a dream.
The Martin Luther King Jr. Parade, live on Blab TV, downtown Palafox Street in Pensacola.
It is a dream deeply rooted in the American dream.
You don't want to miss the citywide celebration, downtown Palafox Street in Pensacola, live on Blab TV.
I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up.
Viola's Menswear, 2727 West Cervantes Street, Pensacola, Florida. Gentlemen, Fine clothing at an affordable price. Suits starting at $139. Dress, shoes, hats, and accessories. Here at Viola's Menswear, 2727 West Cervantes Street in Pensacola, Florida. Call today at 429-7146, 2727 West Cervantes Street in Pensacola, Florida.
It's time for mornings with Vernon. Yeah. Yeah. Get up now. Come on now. Get up. For mornings with Vernon. Get up now. Let's go. Get up now. Turn it up now. 1, 2, 3. Let's get it now.
Good morning. Morning with Vernon. Yes, sir. You got your coffee cup and everything? All right, y'all. You got Vernon this morning. Yeah. Giving you the information that you need. This is the information session, y'all. I just want to remind you of a couple things and that you need to help me spread the word around. We have a brand new radio station in town. It's called WBQP Radio, y'all. WBQP Radio, as well as WBQP TV. And so I want you to spread the word about the new radio station in town called WBQP Radio, okay? And you can get it, as long as you got this, you can get this station, your TV station and the radio station anywhere at any time on this cell phone here. There are many other ways you can get it as well now. If you're looking at TV, you can look at it on television, on channel 12. You can look at it on Roku. If you got Fire Stick, if you got Apple TV, if you got a Google TV, what else? Amazon TV. If you got a Samsung TV, it's all that. All the WBQP is there. Okay, WBQP is there. Trust me. We got great programming. We got a brand new network called the National Black Television. Got all some great shows on it. Stuff that you'll be surprised. I'm talking about first rate stuff. It ain't, and all this stuff, first rate stuff that you might want to, consider looking at. Okay, consider looking at, because this is a great channel. We've been around for a long time, and we know how to do it. We know how to do it right. If you interested in good black programming by a black owner, then WBQP where you want to be. We got the new radio station. The station is brand new. The radio station is brand new, and it was a result of WRNE was sold to a new owner, and so the stuff that you were used to, the legacy that Mr. Hill built over the years, okay, the legacy that Mr. Hill built over the years, okay, is not there anymore. So what I'm trying to do, I'm a TV man, but I stepped in to add the radio format. It's internet radio right now. We're going to try to apply for an over-the-air license for it as well. I'm dubbing it as WBQP TV 87.7 right now, and so we're going to do some great things going down the road, and we're going to try to continue. I'm going to try to continue that legacy that Robert Hill left. Okay, that legacy that Robert Hill left, and so this is number one. Is first is trying to do the blues, the morning show. He for 30-some years, you woke up to Hill in the morning. You woke up to Hill in the morning. Now you don't. Now you're waking up to rap or whatever. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. But I want you to continue to get your information, because this is the information station. But while I'm on the subject, before I get to my next subject, which is going to talk about the Ella Jordan Museum after I do this, but I just want to say, I want to give my thanks and congratulations to Mr. Hill, okay, for his contribution to this community for all of these years, okay, for all of these years. And I wanted him to know it is not without thanks. The community owe you a great deal of gratitude, okay? A great deal of gratitude. But Mr. Hill, he likes to go away quiet. He doesn't like a lot of fanfare, and I respect that. I do respect it. I understand that, and I respect that. And some folks want to give him a big send-off and stuff like that. He doesn't like that. He doesn't want that, okay? So don't worry about him. He's good. You can reach out to him individually. Everybody has his phone number. You can reach out to him individually and congratulate him and stuff like that. And he liked that much better. You might have an opportunity to even break bread with him. Who knows? You can break bread with him. So just give him a call. But one of the somebody did a tribute to Hill, and it called "The Last Mic Stand" for Robert Hill. Okay, now I want to play that. I want to play that for you. Okay, I want to play that. It's a blues song, kind of a blues song, and this lady that created it, what she did was, I think she used the AI technology. I want to talk about AI when we come back and talk about this essay contest when we do this. But I want to play this, okay? And then at about 8:30, hopefully we're going to be talking to the sheriff. But let me play "The Last Mic Stand" for Robert Hill, okay? Here we go.
Woke up this morning, sun peeking through the blind. Yeah, I woke up this morning, sun peeking through the blind. Robert Hill hanging up the headphones after 50 years of time. He'd been spinning them records that made our hearts stand still. Yeah, spinning them soul tracks with a voice that gave us chills. Now he's trading in that studio for a pen, the blues he feels. From the West Indies to the Delta, he knows where the roots run deep. From the West Indies to the Delta, he knows where the spirits speak. Now he's riding down that journey so the world won't fall asleep. Play gospel in the morning, talk truth in the afternoon. Play gospel in the morning, talk truth in the heat of June. every tune. Presidents came to find him, sat down where the people trust. Oh, the presidents came to find him, 'cause his airways were just. Not loud, not flashy, just real and honest and just. So thank you, Mr. Hill. You gave this town a song. Yes, thank you, Robert Hill. You kept us so strong. Now the mic may be silent, but your blues play on and on. Pensacola knows, America knows, the blues knows, this ain't goodbye. This is just the last broadcast from the man who never needed a spotlight to shine.
Wow. Mr. Robert Hill! Congratulations, my bubba. All right, y'all. Yeah, congratulations for Robert Hill. He's hanging up the microphone, y'all. He could trade it in for a pen, okay? He's going to do some writing. And he's writing, he tells me that he got 2 writing projects that he's going to embark on. One is he's going to be writing about the blues, okay? And I'll tell you what, I've known a lot of folks that thought they know something about the blues, but I've learned so much about the blues from Robert Hill. Hill has an in-depth knowledge of blues. He's gonna write a book about the blues. So, and I wish him well on that. That is project number 1 that he's going to be doing. He ain't gonna retire. He's gonna find out that when you retire, you're more busier than you ever was when you're working. Now, he was a busy man. Now he was really a busy man, but this going to involve research. You're going to do some traveling and stuff like that, and all the blues places. But in addition to that, he's also going to write about the HBCUs, the historical black colleges and universities as well, which are going to require a lot of extensive traveling around, a lot of research and stuff like that. And so those are his 2 main projects. And you were to ask him what he's going to do, he would always tell you, I'm going to retire and I want to go to Colorado. And I want to live up in the mountains, up in the woods like a hermit there. I want to live off the land, and I don't want no electricity. I don't want no visitors. I don't want anybody. Just give me a log cabin and a fireplace and an axe, and I'll live off the land. Yeah, he talked that noise for a long, long time. I believe that like I believe I'm going to win the lottery, that $1 billion lottery. So, but anyhow, and that's what he says, that's where he's going to do his writing from. But we'll see about Colorado, the Mile High City, Mr. Hill. I don't know. I kind of doubt that very seriously, but hey, stranger things have known. All right, y'all, let's talk about the Ella Jordan Museum. I'm going to take time before we get the sheriff on this one. The sheriff is coming on at his time frame is at 8:30 in the morning, and so It's about 8:15 about 8:15 right about now. Okay, about 8:15 right about now. But anyway, I want to talk about this Ella Jordan Museum. Okay, Ella Jordan. Let me get it properly right. We dubbed it as we nicknamed it. It's always been called the Pink House. And speaking of Black history, okay. Speaking of Black history, now hopefully that Robin will talk about, that is certainly a piece of Black history, local Black history. Ella L. Jordan. If you don't know anything about Miss Ella L. Jordan, she's a historical figure in her own right, a local historical figure, which should be recognized as a national figure as well. So there's a lot of history involved with the Ella L. Jordan house in Ella Jordan Museum, which is located downtown. Now, what are they doing for the month of January in honor of Dr. MLK and also in honor of Black history? They are doing a essay contest, if you will. It's called the Reverend MLK, Martin Luther King Jr. Essay Contest. The Martin Luther King Doctor, and always give reverence to Dr. King, okay? I hear people calling it Martin Luther King. Oh, it's Dr. King, Dr. MLK. And in fact, anybody that hold the title of doctor, where you're talking about a doctoral, a doctoral degree, or you're talking about a medical degree, okay? That title is earned, and give the people the respect for that title. I always try to give them the respect. If you went through the trouble of earning a doctoral degree, then you probably deserve to call that title if you want to. So I always try to give people respect for that. But anyway, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Survey Essay Contest is sponsored by the Ella L. Jordan African American Museum. Is located here in downtown Pensacola. Now let's talk about this. You remember I talked about earlier about, folks, this is for creativity. We don't want somebody to try to use Chat GPT. You know what Chat GPT is? It's nothing but an AI. Everybody knows what it is. It's nothing but an AI bot, if you will, that will do your work for you. Okay, it will do your work for you. You just tell it to write it, and it will write it. You don't have to do anything but tell it what you want to just. You don't have to tell it what you say. You just say, write me an article about MLK, and it'll write it. We don't want that. We want you to use your brain. We want you to use your creativity. Before what you do before ChatGPT. And I know people that can't get around town without using the navigation system now. What do you do? How do you get around town before the navigation system came out? Okay, you know what I'm saying? You got to figure it out. You don't let your brains. What the National Negro College Fund had the best saying in the world. A brain is a dangerous thing to waste. Okay. Believe me. All right, now let's talk about this survey, okay? This essay, I keep saying the survey, but this essay. This essay is centered around the theme of a quote that Dr. King mentioned in one of his speeches, okay? And I want you to hear this, okay? I want you to hear this. And this is for your children. This is for, and then I'm going to give you the criteria in just a minute. This is for your children, not for you, because you're not eligible for it. But I'm telling you because I know your children don't listen to this show. You do, and your grandparents and your parents listen to this show. But you got to tell your kids and your grandkids about this. All right, the survey is centered around the theme in the quote from Dr. King. The quote is, I'm going to repeat the quote. The quote is, the ultimate tragedy is not the oppression and the cruelty by the bad people, but the silence that's by the good people. That came out of a speech from Dr. Martin Luther King. And how relevant is that today? Okay, let me repeat that quote out of Dr. King's speech. The ultimate tragedy is not the oppression and the cruelty by the bad people, Trump administration sounds familiar. But anyhow, they silence that by the good people, okay? And Dr. King, if I'm not mistaken, and which I probably am, but I want you to fact check me on this, but I believe that came from his speech, and I think that might have came out of his speech that he written from the Birmingham jail. I'm not, y'all fact check me on it, but it doesn't matter. He got so many great speeches, but he written a letter from the Birmingham jail, and if I had to guess, that is where that quote came out of, but it not. But we'll check that out. But that is what the essay is centered around. Okay, the ultimate tragedy is not the opposition or the oppression and the cruelty by the bad people, but the silence over that by the good people. Okay, heavy. It is heavy. So now the participant is restricted now to middle school and high school students, no exceptions, okay? It's only for middle school students and high school students, no exceptions, okay? Now the essay should be, number one, it should be typewritten, okay? Typewritten between 750, well maybe 500 and 750 words, okay? Anywhere between minimum, I'm assuming, is 500 words, but maximum is 750 words, okay? It need to be double spaced, okay? Need to be double spaced, and the deadline is January 29th, okay? The deadline is January 29th at 3 p.m. So if you're going to get your child or your grandchild involved or your great-grandchild involved with this, make sure that they know that the deadline is January 9th. This is not CP time. This is January 19th at 3 p.m. Okay? Or you can mail the document in. If you mail it in, you make sure you get a certified receipt, okay? Because you know how slow the mail is, okay? And sometimes it might get there. And I don't understand. You can mail something locally, and it takes longer to get to you locally than it would if you were mailed it from out of town. You go figure on that, but that's aside the point. Now the document can, if you choose to mail the document, okay, if you choose to mail it, you mail it to 423 North C Street, Pensacola, Florida, 32501, okay, that at the L.L. Jordan Museum. 423, okay, 423 North C Street, Pensacola, Florida, 32501. Also, you can drop it off to that same location. Just if you want to drop it off and hand it to somebody in person, I believe they're there from maybe it's from 10 to 3 or something like that. Certain days of the week, I don't know what the hours are, but you might want to call to find out. Also, they will have a locked drop box, if you will. Okay, a locked drop box that's located on the porch. If you do your survey, you can drop it off in that large drop box there. Now here's the good part, okay? Here is the good part, all right? There are going to be 3 monetary prizes, okay? 3 monetary prizes. The first prize is $500. The second prize is $250. And the third prize, and the third prize is $100, okay? Third prize is $100. So there is a great incentive for you to write the survey. Now, I will get back to my point again. It can't be AI written, okay? That's not the purpose of it. The purpose of it is you can use your own brains and your own creativity, okay? Now, you can try it, but your judges are going to be retired educators. And you know these people have been in the school system and in education for decades and decades. You know, you don't think they can know the difference? They will. Okay, know the difference, they will. So if you are a middle school or a high school student that's interested in getting involved with this contest, well, I invite you to do that because you could win yourself $500, $200, or $100. So that's a great opportunity. The prize winners, young people will read. They will get a chance to read their survey on Saturday, January 31st, okay, 2026, at the Ella Jordan African American History Museum. They're going to have a program. They're going to start at 11 a.m. And, run about an hour, but it's starting at 11 a.m. Now, if you got any questions about what I just said, you might want to give them a call, because I might not have everything right, okay? But Mr. Walter Gully, you can call him at 850-378-0281, okay? I'll give you that number again. It's 850-378-0281. If you prefer to email him, you can. It can be emailed. You can email him at walter.gully18@gmail.com. That's walter.gully18@gmail.com. Okay? It's a great opportunity, y'all. It's a great opportunity for you to make some money. Okay? A great opportunity for you to exercise your brain and so forth. If you're middle school student or high school student, you are invited to participate in this. Okay, it's definitely involved. All right, I want to take another quick Black History note. Okay, since this Black History is coming up, MLK is coming up on starting tomorrow. We're also going to have some speeches, if you will. Throughout the process, we're going to have some speeches of Dr. King as well, so to motivate you as well. Okay, so we're going to take a Black History break, and around hopefully when we come back, we'll be talking to Sheriff Chip Simmons, if you will. Okay, all right, so stay tuned.
Ida B. Wells was born into slavery in 1862 and grew up during Reconstruction, when black men were able to vote and more than 2,000 African Americans held public office. When many of the gains of Reconstruction were reversed during the rollback that followed, Ida B. Wells fought back with her pen. In 1892, her dear friend Thomas Moss was dragged from a jail cell, shot, and lynched by a mob of white men. Devastated, she channeled her journalistic efforts into one of her most famous pieces, Southern Horrors, an unflinching investigative report of the causes of lynching in Jim Crow America.
Ida B. Wells is important as an activist against lynching, but she's also important as someone who sort of harnesses the growing literacy to tell a different narrative of Black America.
Combining statistics and investigative reporting, Wells's publications drew attention to the wrongful convictions of African Americans. But her pioneering work came at a price. Her office vandalized, her life threatened, she was driven out of Memphis. This terrorism only made Ida B. Wells determined to write even more.
One of the most important things about Ida B. Wells is that she actually sets the record straight. Her journalism and the black press are constantly keeping that dissenting voice in American society.
Wells continued to publish and fight injustice until her death in 1932. Her reporting techniques serve today as basic principles of modern investigative journalism.
All right, y'all. That's our moment in Black history, y'all. With the well-known Black historian, and Dr. You know his name. I can't call his name right. But when you get old, the memory's the second thing to go. You know that. But anyway, I got to take a commercial break. But when we come back, if the sheriff is not on vacation. I don't think he is. We will be speaking to the sheriff. If not, we're going to continue, but more than likely, we will. Okay, y'all stand to. We'll be right back.
It's time for Mornings with Vernon. Yeah. Yeah. Get up now. Come on now. Get up. For Mornings with Vernon. Get up now. Let's go. Get up now. Turn it up now. 1, 2, 3. Let's get it out.
Need a new outfit for a special occasion? Look no further than Viola's Men's Apparel. Viola's has been providing the latest styles and accessories in Pensacola for over 20 years now. We have clothes for every occasion, and we offer consultations and group discounts. You can trust that our care, quality, and class will be unmatched. Viola's Men's Apparel, for all of your menswear needs.
I still have a dream.
The Martin Luther King Jr. Parade, live on Blab TV, downtown Palafox Street in Pensacola.
It is a dream deeply rooted in the American dream.
You don't want to miss the citywide celebration, downtown Palafox Street in Pensacola, live on Blab TV.
I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up.
The State Farm Personal Price Plan helps you create an affordable price just for you. Call State Farm agent Arthur Searcy for your personal price plan today.
From affordable home equity lines and home loans to high-yield checking that pays 5.05% APY, PenAir combines innovative banking with a commitment to our community. PenAir Credit Union. Join us.
And action.
I still have a dream.
The Martin Luther King Jr. Parade, live on Blab TV, downtown Palafox Street in Pensacola.
It is a dream deeply rooted in the American dream.
You don't want to miss the citywide celebration, downtown Palafox Street in Pensacola, live on Blab TV.
I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up.
It's time for Mornings with Vernon. Yeah. Yeah. Get up now. Come on now. Get up. For Mornings with Vernon. Get up now. Let's go. Get up now. Turn it up now. 1, 2, 3. Let's get it out.
All right, welcome back to Morning with Vernon. 8:30, y'all. It's time for our illustrious Sheriff of Escambia County, Mr. Chip Simmons. Sheriff Chip Simmons, how you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you doing, Mr. Burton?
Let me get, you got your audio? I don't hear your audio. Okay, go ahead.
I got everything.
All right, all righty. Hang on, Sheriff. I think it's on my end here because I have my earphone. Go ahead now. I can hear you now. Go ahead.
Right, can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. I had you. It's my fault. My fault. I had the earphone on. Sometimes they would interfere with each other, and I had to turn it off, and I forget to turn it on. So when you get my age, Sheriff, don't. Well, I guess the alternative is worse, but I always forget to do things. How you doing this morning?
How are you doing, Mr. Vernon? I'm doing good.
I am doing well. I'm doing extremely well. So how things been over the holidays when law enforcement is concerned?
No, we're always concerned about a long weekend or a holiday, specifically a holiday like New Year's Eve and Fourth of July. Those ones where people unfortunately have an opportunity to overindulge. But we did very well this weekend. I was talking to our patrol units. Nothing out of the ordinary. They were working on a domestic violence complaint here recently, but we don't have any reports of serious injuries. I'm sure some people probably got a little burns and maybe hurt their fingers a little bit, but nothing that we could tell from a serious life, certainly not a life-threatening situation. So hopefully people heard our warnings, and hopefully people heeded our advice with regards to what they can do with fireworks, but also just from talking to your own family, and enjoying the holidays. So I know it's a Friday. Most people are probably getting back to work on Monday, getting ready for the new year.
See, what did I tell you? Did you make a New Year resolution?
I'm not big on resolutions. I don't know. It never really, I never understood why you have to wait till January to start changing things for good, whether it's a diet or whatever it is. To me, it's like, if you can do it, why not start it in November? Why not start it in July? But there are some things, regards to budgets and different things, that you have a demarcation line. You have a start time and an end time. And we're in our first quarter of our budget, so there's some things we have to get going with our school resource officers. They're starting their second, I guess it's still called semesters, I don't know, but we're still working with our school districts, and we're really just trying to, the things that we're doing, we're trying to do a little bit better. Let's always critique, let's always strive to do things just a little bit better.
Very good, very good. Let me ask you this before we get more into law enforcement stuff. I want to take it back on a personal level about New Year's traditions, okay? And I'm just kind of curious, and don't take this the wrong way, but because I don't know how it's happened in the white community, but in the black community, we got some strange New Year's traditions, and I wonder would it run across lines that, for example, my mother-in-law used to tell me all the time, I had to be the first man that walked through her door on New Year's Day. She wouldn't let a man have to walk in the house, or you have to cook black-eyed peas with peanut. Is this no tradition hold true in the white community like it is in the black community?
There's a couple of things. I know that I was going to do some laundry yesterday, and my wife said, "Whoa, you cannot wash clothes on January the 1st." And something about, I'll be honest, I can't remember exactly why, but I guess it's because it's bad luck. But you also have the black-eyed peas, which I had some yesterday. Black-eyed peas with some ham and stuff. And first of all, I like black-eyed peas. So, it's those traditions that, like, let's eat a candy bar. Let's start those traditions where you got to eat a peanut butter cup or something on January the 1st. Those are kind of the traditions I'd like to start. But, there's a couple of things. I've never gotten involved in it myself. I usually leave that to other people. And if it's something that I think is a good idea, I'll do it. And not necessarily, I'm not a superstitious type of person. I'm a Christian. I believe in God, but so I don't fall into the, you can't do this, you can't do that. Let's do things right, and we'll be fine.
Yeah, I agree the same way. I'm not a superstition person, but I have to go along with superstitions because tradition demands that. Like you said, my wife cooked black-eyed peas, and she insists everybody comes in and you got to eat some black-eyed peas for good luck this year. So I said, okay, no problem. I'm like you. I like black-eyed peas, so not a thing for me.
Yeah. It's not important enough for me because I like black-eyed peas, and if you think it's good luck, you keep making them black-eyed peas, I'll keep eating them.
Yeah.
How about scrambled eggs too? I think that's good luck. Let's do that.
Okay. All right, let's bring it back to the law enforcement. This is a new year. Sheriff, 2026, and every year that we get new laws, and I know throughout the year that they're passing new laws. Are there any new laws that was going to affect January the 1st that we know of?
Yeah, I don't believe so. I think for the state legislature, most of those laws go into effect on July the 1st in the new year. So those what new laws there were that were passed have already taken effect. There's a couple of ordinances we've talked a little bit about a month ago. The county commission passed an ordinance, which is the local ordinance, and it's regarding blocking the sidewalk, and you can't camp on the sidewalk, that sort of thing. And also, you can't sleep overnight. You can't sleep during daytime or at night on these sidewalks. So, we're looking at warning some folks and trying to get them to, hey, you can't do this. But there are opportunities. There's food to serve at this location. There's potentially overnight stays over here. There's mental health services available to you here. Addiction services available to you here. So our thought is that let's direct people to the services and make sure that if they're willing to accept those services, that they know where they are. So it's a new law, it's a new ordinance, if you will, and it's consistent with what the city of Pensacola has on their ordinance as well. But really, what we want to do is we want to point people in the direction of those services, and we'll probably give them a warning the first time. But ultimately, you're going to have to follow the ordinance. I mean, I have to enforce an ordinance that is passed. We have these separations of duties, and as the sheriff of Escambia County, I'm obligated to enforce the state statutes, the Constitution of the United States, Constitution of the state of Florida, but also the ordinances of Escambia County. So we'll do what we can. We'll enforce them. We'll have a heart when we do so, and our first endeavor is to hope people will follow the ordinance and without any conflict at all. So those are the only really ordinances. The only thing that I think is kind of new. Again, everything else has been approved and passed in July the 1st.
Okay. Is there any initiative that the Escambia Sheriff Office got planned for 2026? Any new initiative?
I have to go back a couple of years, and I'm just finishing up my 5th year now as the sheriff, and time goes by pretty quickly.
Wow.
And I know it's you can't turn a ship around on a dime. You've got to kind of slowly turn things around. There are some things you can do to change, but for the most part, if you're going to change a philosophy, if you're going to change a mentality, and you're going to get into this enforcement and engagement, you're going to get into technology, it's going to take you a little bit of time. It's going to take a culture shift or a paradigm shift with regards to what we're doing at the sheriff's office, but also what law enforcement is doing throughout the country. And I think that what we're doing now is I think that we were behind in our manpower. I think when I took over 5 years ago, now, we didn't have enough deputies, and we're working very well with the Board of County Commissioners, trying to increase the number of deputies so that when an individual calls 911, that we'll have a deputy that's available to get to that location in short order, right? And so these processes continue. We continue to try to get competitive pay. We continue to try to get the right number of deputies on the street so they are available for calls. But you also look at what we're doing with regards to engagement and mentorship programs that we're either a part of or we've initiated. And these are things that we continuously critique. We always look at it. And if it's not something that we think is being fruitful, then we'll shift it or we'll abandon that and we'll work on something else. I'm not afraid to change my mind. I'm not afraid to steal a good idea. I'm not afraid to do something if it's and to continuously build upon the successes and the ingenuity that we have had so far.
Yeah, I think you're right. The relationship with the community goes a long ways in solving crime and stuff like that. So you want to get a great relationship with the new, and that would have to give you your pause to Sheriff, because you've done a great job at that, and my hat's off to you to interacting and relating to the community, and you're always out there. Every time I see you, how you do that, I don't know, but in every event You there? How did, man, you must keep a rigorous schedule.
Well, I mean, I take I took my oath,
Hmm.
and I take the fact that the citizens of Escambia County elected me, and I asked
Yeah.
them to vote for me. This is what I want to do. This is what I will do. And to me, that's a promise that I intend to keep. So I don't like the elected officials that say one thing to get elected, and you never hear from them again. That they got their job for 2 years or 4 years, and they don't do anything after that. They're just enjoying the job, if you will. And I think that our community deserves better than that. I think that we my obligation is to field a force of professionals, and that it certainly means that we're going to we're going to see engagement like we've never seen before here in Escambia County, and I think we can continue to build on that. Again, we're not perfect. The difficult as difficult a job as law enforcement is, I think that people understand you have to make split second decisions. And again, we're not perfect, but we have body cameras and we're transparent. We're more transparent than we've ever been with regards to what we're doing. I'm on television. I'm on podcasts. I'm on radio shows. I'm on as many things as I possibly can because I do think that that is important for people to know of the philosophy of their sheriff and also what the sheriff's office is doing. Again, we understand that it's a work in progress, but we also understand that no one's going to outwork us, right? We're going to be out there in the field, we're going to be out there in the street. I'm going to have conversations. I accept phone calls. I accept meeting requests. We do all of this stuff because we want people to understand that we want to be part of the community. And I couldn't be more proud to be the sheriff. I certainly couldn't be more proud of the work that the men and women of the sheriff's office is doing.
Well, you've done certainly a great job, and my hat's off to you and everything. Anything else you want to share with us from the sheriff's department? Sheriff, well, let me ask you this question, okay? Because I always get it confused. What's the difference between a sheriff's department and a sheriff's office? Okay.
Well, historically, they referred to the sheriff's uh, as a department. A department means you're part of a bigger group.
Oh, you're right.
And so at one point, the sheriff's department was more or less a department of the Board of County Commissioners.
Right.
But the sheriff's office is really what we over the last 20 years or so is what we refer to as, and that's what the Constitution refers to, the office of the sheriff, because we are not a department of the county. We're not a department. We're our own constitutional entity. So, and what they have, there are 5 constitutional officers that are in the state constitution, and the sheriff is one of those: property appraiser, tax collector, clerk of the court, supervisor of elections. These are 5 entities that work independent of the county, independent of the Board of County Commissioners. So there's this balance, checks and balance type situation with regards to funding. So I work for the Board of County Commissioners, and I mentioned a second ago about funding for new deputies. And when we talk to them and we say, I need this, and this, and then if we can agree to this, once the budget's approved, then the sheriff or the constitutional officer, whichever constitutional office it is, then they have unilateral authority to spend that money, to allocate those funds, and it's a great responsibility. We can't go into the red. We have to make sure we whatever money is budgeted, we can't go. You can't just because we need overtime doesn't mean we can get money that's not there. Just because we have a storm, a hurricane, doesn't mean that we can just get money. We have to prepare for that, and we have to make sure that we have a plan in the works, and we have quality people that can take care of those things. But in short, it's no longer a sheriff's department. If you notice, all of our cars have a sheriff's office. Everything is an office now. Again, that's just to show that we are an independent entity from Escambia County.
Yeah. One last question for me. Who who in charge of the jail? Is it sheriff or the county? You used to go back and forth. What's the current status now?
Current status is the Board of County Commissioners, the county runs the jail. By statute, again, we talk about state statute. By statute, the Board of County Commission is responsible to house and to fund a jail, a local jail. And so in all counties but 10 throughout the state of Florida, we have 67 counties. In all but 10, the sheriff is asked to run the jail as the chief corrections officer. And Escambia County has gone back and forth, like you said. In my 40-year law enforcement career, it's gone back and forth 2 or 3 times already. But by statute, the county is responsible for the medical, the feeding, the housing, the security, the corrections officers, all of that. The county, the Board of County Commissioners is responsible for. Now, again, in most counties, the sheriff is requested to run the jail because there's some logic to that, right? There's some similarities in the job. There's some efficiencies that can be taken advantage of with regards to uniforms, recruiting, personnel type thing, transportation. A lot of these things, there is an advantage of having the sheriff as the chief corrections officer and running the jail as well. But even if the sheriff were to run the jail, the county commission is still responsible for the building, still responsible for funding it, still responsible for the funding the jail medical, which can be a huge cost, huge taxpayer cost. And so while a lot of people call me up and say, I want to talk to you about the jail is not run by the sheriff's office at this point, and it hasn't been for probably 8 or 10 years now. And I know that people ask me all the time because they know I started my career as corrections. First 2 years in law enforcement was a corrections officer. And when I worked for the Board of County Commissioners as the assistant administrator, I was a chief corrections officer. So I ran the jail for almost 2 years. So it's a logical question to ask me, is the sheriff going to take over the jail? There's no taking over the jail. The Board of County Commissioner has to request the sheriff to take over, and there's no obligation. I could, if I'm still the sheriff when that request comes in, if it does come in, then we will have that conversation. I actually think that the sheriff should run the jail, but I think that there's a lot of negotiations with regards to budget and pay and recruiting and simply the facilities of the jail. So I'm a taxpayer here in Escambia County, and I'm gonna do whatever I can to make sure that it makes sense, that it's professionally done, and then that the Escambia County residents will be proud of whatever takes place.
All righty. Anything else, Sheriff?
No, I appreciate the opportunity to come and to tell people what's going on. I love the questions because a lot of people do ask, what is it, a sheriff's office or a department? And a lot of times there's a history involved in that. So I appreciate the question. In regards to jail, I mean, we could probably talk about a little bit about the jail and who runs it every single week because people need to hear that nothing's changed, and that who's responsible and who's doing it at any given moment. So thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah.
And I hope you have had a good year, and I hope that the years continue to get better. And here's wishing everyone a happy, successful 2026.
Yeah, one of the things that I wanted to probably get somebody on here talking about the jail because, a lot of folks don't know the procedures on for visitations, a lot of stuff they need to know about how to negotiate that process in the jail. So we'll have somebody on here to talk about that as well.
Yeah, no, I think this probably would be a good idea because there are, technology is changing. You used to have to go to the jail and then you'd wait in line and you go and visit someone, behind a screen, but you would visit somebody. And now, as I understand it, there's a lot of technology involved. And if you have a laptop, they have access to laptop, and I think the visitation hours are expanded a lot because of that. You don't have to wait for a certain time once a week. You can log in at certain times every day, I believe, and have a conversation with an individual that's incarcerated. So I think technology is going to make things better, but there's going to be some growing pains. And a lot of it means what you're talking about. You have to understand where we are, right? You have to know what's going on.
Sheriff, thank you. We appreciate you, okay? And we'll see you next week standing room every Friday at 8:30. All right? Thank you so much.
One of our representatives from the sheriff's office.
Absolutely.
Y'all take care, buddy.
All right, you too, then. Thank you. All right, y'all. Sheriff Chip Simmons, the Escambia County Sheriff Office, keeping us informed on what's going on the law enforcement area in Escambia County, y'all. I mean, countywide. All right, y'all. I only got a few minutes left. Let me see how much time I got left here. I don't have very much time at all left here, y'all. Not at all. I tell you the truth. Let me kind of recap everything that we. I want you to know that we'll be back next week on Monday, next Tuesday, y'all. Do you make a note of it? Next Tuesday, I will not be on next Tuesday. Okay. I had some pre-scheduled appointments that I couldn't get out of, so I won't be on next Tuesday. So some of the guests that we have on, Jerry and a couple other guests, Shaquita, we're gonna get them. Hopefully, I can get them rescheduled for another time to try to make up my Tuesday schedule this week, try to squeeze it in. But we'll be back in every day next week if the creek doesn't rise. Monday, except Tuesday, but Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And but on Tuesday, we usually have Jerry McIntosh on. We have Shaquita Payne on. We have DC Reed on. And we're going to have to try to get those rescheduled for another time. And I can squeeze them in maybe on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday for just next week only, because we're not going to be available on Tuesday. Okay, I just want to remind you the MLK parade is coming up, so go ahead and get ready to parade. The time is near, so your registration deadline is probably going to be up. Okay, it's going to be up, so make sure you get that in. The essay contest, do not forget the deadline for that is the 19th of January as well. So have your kids and grandkids, if they're a middle school student or a high school student, they are eligible to participate in the LL Jordan Museum essay contest, and prize money is associated with that. $500 for the first prize, $300 for the second prize, and $100 for the first prize. Okay, $1 for the first prize. All right, I tell you what I want to do, since I want to play one more Black History note, and then we're out of here, y'all. We are out of here. No, in fact, I don't have time to. Be honest with you, I don't have time to even do that right now. So, well, maybe do. Maybe so. Maybe I can get a quick Black History note in here, real quick, and if I can, we will. But I see you. I'm not gonna be, but I'll see you on Monday, y'all. On Monday. See you on Monday. Okay? I love you with a perfect love, as Omar used to say.
Malcolm X's strident critique of the nonviolent philosophy of the civil rights movement sowed the seeds for the flowering of Black nationalism in the second half of the 1960s. Malcolm spent his youth in northern and midwestern cities, but he was profoundly transformed in prison when he joined the Nation of Islam, a religious movement led by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. It combined Black nationalism with the Islamic faith and embraced the concept of Black self-defense.
Malcolm X realized that while Martin Luther King was preaching nonviolence and peace, you had to send a message. He was a warrior, he was a general, and they feared him.
Malcolm encouraged his followers to achieve empowerment
by any means necessary. We intend to fire our people up so much until if they can't have their equal share in the house, they'll burn it down.
Dr. King felt that Malcolm's talk of violence was counterproductive and ultimately would, quote, reap nothing but grief.
The Negroes themselves should take whatever steps necessary to defend themselves.
Malcolm X's influence was profound in terms of the way African Americans looked at themselves and the way that the nation began to look at them. It called for Black dignity, Black self-respect.
Malcolm was adamant that words associated with slavery, such as Negro and colored, should be discarded for Black and Afro-American. His theories and his philosophy formed the foundation of the ideology of Black power.
Malcolm X is the key common denominator for all Black power activists. They use his speeches, they use his political thought, both in the Nation of Islam and outside of the Nation of Islam, as a sort of blueprint or framework for their own political activism.
The tensions that had been building between Elijah Muhammad and Malcolm reached a breaking point after Malcolm made a controversial comment following the assassination of President John F. Kennedy, leading to a bitter split. Facing a spiritual crisis, Malcolm turned inward, dedicating much of his time to learning more about his faith, including undertaking the Muslims' sacred pilgrimage to Mecca. Tragically, members of the Nation of Islam would assassinate Malcolm before his new philosophy could gain momentum. But his autobiography would become a key text of the Black Revolution, and it remains a key part of the American literary canon today. From Chuck D of Public Enemy to President Barack Obama, Malcolm X's bold and resonant voice has inspired generations to fight the power. Through his writings and speeches, Malcolm's message to Black people to take control of their own destiny lives on.
It's time for Mornings with Vernon. Yeah. Yeah. Get up now. Come on now. Get up. For Mornings with Vernon. Get up now. Let's go. Get up now. Turn it up now. 1, 2, 3. Let's get it now. It's time for Mornings with Vernon. Yeah. Yeah. Get up now. Come on now.